I know you have said that Xi Jinping wouldn't dare move militarily on Taiwan while you're in office. But what if he does? Would you order U.S. forces to defend Taiwan?
You'll find out if it happens. And he understands the answer to that.
Why not say
this
it?
never even came up yesterday as a subject.
Why not
He never
say
brought
it? I
up.
don't know.
People were a little
Tough question.
surprised at that. He never brought it up because he understands it, and he understands it very well.
Do you mind if I ask, when you say he understands, why not communicate that publicly to the rest of us? What does he
Because
understand?
I can't give away my secrets. I don't want to be one of these guys that tells you exactly what's going to happen if something happens. The other side knows, but I'm not somebody that tells you everything because you're asking me a question, but they understand what's going to happen. And he has openly said, and his people have openly said at meetings, we would never do anything while President Trump is president because they know the consequences.
And they do. Now, what's her name? Norah McDonald? Or is that Norm MacDonald? I can't remember.
Norm
One's a
Macdonald,
comedian and one claims to be a journalist. I don't remember the difference. But here she is. Oh, why won't you just say it? I don't know. Strategery. I mean, why wouldn't you just say it? Presidents never say that. They never say that. Can you imagine? What a stupid question that is. And if you think, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think, Trump sometimes does say stuff like that, right? Like he does, like, for example, with North Korea, right? Like he was like, hey, we're going to blow you up and we're going to, the fires of hell are going to rain down upon you.
It's not China.
Right. Like he's making decisions based on strategy with different countries, and there's different decisions to make with each nation. And you think, when you look at something like this, what he's trying to, I think, communicate is he has communicated to China that they will be involved, but he does not want to escalate it publicly. And honestly, all of that being said, I don't know what his actual answer is. My suspicion is we won't be involved if that happens. Honestly, like I know we promised it, but my suspicion is if China actually goes in there, there's a good chance we come up with a reason to not be involved in it.
We can't be involved in that. We will be involved in covert ways. My guess is we blow up all those chip factories. That's my guess. And my guess is we have given the ability to Taiwan to do that long ago. I don't know, but that's what I would do because we cannot support a supply line that far away. We just don't. We're not capable of it. So we don't have the supply lines. We couldn't get things there fast enough, and they're going to overwhelm with drones. This is going to be the fastest war ever. If they go into Taiwan, it will be over by the time we could ever get a ship or an airplane there. It will be over. They will just overwhelm the island with swarms of drones, period. So here's what the president is actually doing. He announced a deal on economic and trade relations with China. So here's the Chinese actions. You ready? Suspend new rare earth export controls, issue general license for exports of rare earth. Listen to what he got. Take significant measures to end the flow of fentanyl to the U.S., suspend all retaliatory tariffs since March 4th, suspend all retaliatory non-tariff measures since March 4th, purchase at least 12 million metric tons of U.S. soybeans, and we lowered our tariffs by 10 points and extended the expiration of Section 301 tariff exclusions until November 2026. Do you see what we got? See what we gave up? Let me just say that again. Do you see what we got and what they gave up? The president, it's genius how he got us here. He didn't just engage with China directly. He embarked on a massive, massive campaign securing the rare earth minerals from all of their allies, multiple countries. He built an alternate system that cuts China out entirely. Then he went after Venezuela, Russia, and Iran, all three of their major allies. This was the equivalent of the American president putting his foot down on the neck of China and saying, "You want up? You want up?" And China blinked because at this point, they had no choice. China's not used to being handled like this, and he just handled them. This is a good win for America. So when the president is done negotiation, why would he go on 60 Minutes and insult them even more? Why would he go and, you know what we're going to do? We're going to vaporize Beijing. And I have a pretty good authority. That's kind of what the president said. It's exactly what the president said. You don't want to do that or I'll make Beijing disappear. And Z laughed at first and was like, what? What? And the president didn't laugh. He didn't blink. And Z left going, he might just do it. That's how you negotiate. That's how you get all of the rare earth minerals. That's how you get this giant concession from China. The guy, I have to tell you, I mean, we've known this forever. How long has everyone on the planet, now, of course, the left won't say it. The Democrats won't say it. But everybody has always said, I wish we just had a good negotiator on our side. Wouldn't it be nice if we had somebody who looked at the country like a business and could just run it like a business and knew how to negotiate? We have the best negotiator I think we've ever had. I can't think of anybody who's better than that. Here's what he said yesterday on 60 Minutes on the ICE raids. Cut 10.
More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough because we've been held back by the judges, by the liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
You're okay with those tactics?
Yeah, because you have to get the people out. You have to look at the people. Many of them are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their countries because they were, criminals.
What do you think of that, Stu?
Again, he's not going to back down from that policy. Not a surprise. Criminals, it is such a popular issue to get rid of people who are violent criminals in this country that he's going to lock into that no matter what the tactics look like, as long as they don't look cruel to people who are innocent.
Yes.
Right. Like that's the type of stuff where he would get beat up. But these are people that are here illegally and it's not if he's beating a mom these people are beating moms to death in the streets. Of course, it's going to be something different. What we're seeing is what they're getting arrested on their way to work. I don't think that's going to be controversial at all to the American people.
70% of the American people agree with the ICE raids. 70%. No matter what the mainstream media makes it look. That's the latest poll. Have you read another poll? Stu, you're looking at me like,
I have seen
more
negative polling on the issue generally. I think
I just saw one yesterday or today, 70%.
I'll have to.
Is it in the show prep today?
Yeah, I think I did see that poll somewhere. But I wouldn't say that his border policy is among his most popular policy. There have been some more negative reactions, not on the right, but on the left and independent voters who are concerned about these tactics generally. Now, of course, what they've received about this is basically this is the Gestapo. So you'd understand that their analysis of what they're hearing in the media is that it's a negative. I think, though, when you look at these individual cases, people wind up realizing, okay, that's not what's actually going on. I do think that, generally speaking, this is a positive issue from him. Certainly, it's one of the issues that he cares about the most, and he's not going to back off of it. I think there is this idea that the media can try to corner him, and he's going to back down. When has this occurred?
He's not going to.
This is not.
No.
The only time Trump has ever really backed down on anything is when occasionally you'll get a situation where his base says no. We can remember cases of this with the Second Amendment. He said something to the effect of like, well, we got to go in there and we'll take the guns first and then we'll have the trial. His base said, whoa, that's not the way this should work. And he backed off of that. That does sort of happen occasionally. And you'll see occasionally when it comes to economic consequences This is the you could argue that he backs off on some of that stuff when he sees the market crash or something of that sort. But really, with stuff like this, there's no sign of him backing down. He believes the policy is correct. He believes these people should leave. And I think at this point, most people who are border hawks, if they have any complaint about what's going on the border, it's
not enough.
It's more that it's not enough, right? Like, it hasn't been widespread enough. It has been a situation where it's been focused on, we got a lot of attention on the Maryland father who went to El Salvador, when, I think the issue is larger than a few of these cases. So that is probably the only complaint you'd have from people who agree with him.
So let me take on now what happened with the shutdown. Here's cut 11, Trump on 60 Minutes last night.
End the shutdown.
All we're doing is we keep voting. I mean, the Republicans are voting almost unanimously to end it, and the Democrats keep voting against ending it. They've never had this. This has happened like 18 times before. The Democrats always voted for an extension, always saying, give us an extension, we'll work it out. They've lost their way. They've become crazed lunatics. And all they have to do, Norah, is say, let's vote.
Senate Democrats say they will vote to reopen the government if Republicans agree to extend subsidies for over 20 million Americans who use Obamacare for their health insurance.
Obamacare is terrible. It's bad health care at far too high a price. We should fix that. We should fix it. And we can fix it with the Democrats. All they have to do is let the country open, and we'll fix it. They have to let the country open, and I'll sit down with the Democrats, and we'll fix it. But they have to let the country. And
so
you know what they have to do? All they have to do is raise 5 hands. We don't need all of them.
Notice, he is pissed about this. He wants to fix this. He does not like Obamacare, but he also is probably leans more, see if you agree with this, Stu, leans more toward the Democrat kind of fixing of healthcare than where I would lean. I would lean, shut it all off, get all of the government regulation out of insurance and everything else. Let all of this stuff just be a free market again. And I think you would fix a lot of this. I don't think that's Donald Trump's point of view. Do you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's, again, we talked about how the border is a real passion issue for him. I don't think the healthcare thing is. I just don't think that is central to his, his belief structure long term. You saw what happened. He did try, I think, at the beginning to get rid of Obamacare. I think there was a legitimate effort made. It did not work.
I don't think the Republicans did.
Certainly many didn't.
Serious.
Many didn't.
Yeah.
Obviously, it failed. John McCain famously, although it wouldn't.
Right.
That's a little bit blown out of proportion as the moment where it failed. It had actually failed before that, if you look back. But regardless, it was something that he promised voters that he would try to do. It didn't work, and I think he's moved on from those sorts of real solutions that I would favor, that you would favor.
Right. Let me play one more cut 12, please.
Government shutdowns in the past when they came about, and you did it by bringing.
I'm very good at it,
you
but I'm
brought
not going to do it by. I'm not going to do it by extortion. I'm not going to do it by being extorted by the Democrats who have lost their way. There's something wrong with these people.
So then what happens on November 15th when the troops don't get a paycheck?
Schumer is a basket case, and he has nothing to lose. He's become, I just left Japan, he's become a kamikaze pilot.
Sounds like it's not going to get solved, the shutdown.
It's going to get solved, yeah. Oh, it's going to get solved.
How?
We'll get it solved. Eventually, they're going to have to vote.
How? Because I'm on the completely reasonable side, and you seem completely unreasonable. How? How is this ever going to stop? Because you won't give the Democrats what they want. Oh, she's so mainstream, old-fashioned media. Just is sickening.